Hey all, Tom Moran here from Tom's Big Spiders. In this episode, we're going to be doing an update on my Xenesthis species. We're going to have a few rehousings, and I'm going to talk about my first impressions of them. One of the questions I've been asked since posting the last couple videos featuring this genus is whether or not I think they're worth the price tag. I've made it very clear over the course of the years that I was kind of stingy and kind of cheap when it came to Xenesthis species, and I never bought any because they were so expensive. But now that I've got some, I might have to reevaluate my opinion on them. So enough of me talking. Let's look at some Xenesthis species. All right, this is going to be a bit of an update and rehousing featuring my Xenesthis species. I got my first of these in August 2020 for Father's Day. It was a Xenesthis immanis, and was immediately in love with these guys, like just heavy hitters, fast growers. The problem is I avoided them for years, if I'm going to be honest, because I am incredibly cheap, and I had muttered before, and I'll admit to it, that I didn't think sometimes they were worth the money when there were other larger, tropical, faster growing species in there. However, I am about to change my verdict on that now that I've had them, and we'll talk a bit about whether or not they are indeed worth the high price tag. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to rehouse 4 of them because they, again, are growing like weeds, and I honestly, now that I'm putting them into these enclosures, I got a funny feeling these are only going to last a few months, but oh well, it's what I have right now. So as far as what we had here for enclosures, these here are about 4.5 inches high by about 5 inches by about, I think about 6 inches long. And when I put them in there, they were about 2 to 2.25 inches each. And as you can see now, they have put on plenty of size. Let me kick on the other light here. Leggy, leggy, leggy. This is the Xenesthis species white. We'll be rehousing her first. Now, a heads up as far as temperament is concerned. As you can see here, she's kind of just hanging out, being really nice. They move very quickly. With those long lithe legs comes incredible bursts of speed. I have a video. I'll try to find the clip of it where I'm actually closing the enclosure after rehousing one, and it basically teleports 6 inches across the cage. It's amazing. So they do move very quickly. However, they use that speed to hunt, and the hunting is just amazing. I could watch these guys hunt all day long. The majority of time, they end up on their backs. They like barrel roll with the prey items, which is incredibly fun to watch. You can see this one here has got his booty up in the air because she's kind of in a defensive pose. Man, she is big. I'm looking at this new enclosure, and it's like, I keep misjudging the enclosures on these guys, and I just bought a bunch of new ones, and by the time I got them set up, they've already molted again, and I think they're probably going to outgrow these in 2 molts or so. But what we have here is one of the Systema enclosures. I will put the information up for those, but I've been picking these up on Amazon. They used to be $7.99. They're $9.99 now, but I like the fact that I have a bunch of them. They're uniform, they're stackable, and they're a good size for some of the juvenile tarantulas. So let's see if we can't get this one in here without incident. Now's the time where I get quiet. Whoop. No, look at you. Yep, the butt's in the air. Oh man, it's just digging in. That's a new one. All right. I don't know if you can see that, but she's like riding the brush in. We're just going to go ahead. Set her down. Oh man, she's probably, I don't know if you can see that with her stretched out. Get this one out of the way. I would, 3.5 inches. All right, so the immanis I got in April of 2020. We got these guys here in August of 2020. So it's only been about 6 months. When I got this one here, she was about 2.25 inches long or so. You can see right now she is pushing probably 3.5, 4. This is not going to be fun. So the growth rate has been off the charts. There we go. Get a shot of her there. I like that. No kicking, just a little butt in the air, that's all. And I figured this would be cool too because I will be interspersing. I do have some older footage of these guys, not that much older, only about 6 months older, or when they were kind of slings, to see just how much size they put on. It's really impressive. So move on to the next one.
They look like true spiders because
they're so sharp. So sharp and pointy. Which one is this? She's bright. All right. Next one we're going to do is Xenesthis species Bright. I don't see this one out as much now. Something to mention, one of the things I was watching with these guys is whether or not they would burrow. Some of them have burrowed, some of them have not. It's been kind of inconsistent. I have 2 blues that burrowed. I have 1 blue that didn't burrow at all. So it's been really luck of the draw. However, I will say that some of them I put in enclosures that didn't really provide as much depth as they probably should have to allow for the burrowing or make for easy burrowing, so that could be part of the issue. So hopefully we'll see here if they do some more burrowing once we get them into larger enclosures. Oh, sorry. It's all, I don't know if you see it. It's all scrunched up in the corner. So I'm going to try to tease her out. So glad they're behaving because these things move. Oh, wait, I shouldn't jinx myself.
Yeah, please, please.
Never mind. Never mind.
Oh.
Now, if you can see her in there, get this out of the way. There you go. Aw.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's done some burrowing, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to get them moved out, is she can't dig any deeper, really, and she just keeps piling dirt up, but she can't really burrow. So hopefully this will give her some room to burrow. Kind of pinkish hues on her. Beautiful. So that's the Xenesthis species Bright. Again, picked her up in August of 2020. Hopefully I'll be able to flash up some footage of them. I have some of the footage of these guys as we're rehousing, so if I do have them, I'll put it up so you can make a comparison. So in 6 months' time, she is now looking probably to be in pre-molt. She's a little dark and a little chubby, and probably around the 3-inch mark
And
or
yes,
so.
we will be adding a water dish.
I always add a water dish. People don't know that by now.
I know. They're probably
I
gonna
just had somebody argue with me over the water dishes again the other day, too. I'm like, do you realize they'll use them? Yeah, then why wouldn't you give them one? I just don't. I don't dig in for many things. That's one that kind of irritates me a bit, because we know they'll use them, so why not give them to them?
This is over here.
Yeah. All right, next one we have another Xenesthis species Blue. This one just molted, and as you can see, this container is ridiculously too. When we got it, this is the one in the video. I won't be able to show it because I went to put it in a larger enclosure, and it was only about 1.25 inches or so. Well, definitely bigger than 1.25 inches now, and it's only been 6 months. Again, I keep saying that. Nope. And these guys can be kept, as far as the conditions for keeping them, I'm giving them all a bit of moisture. The species Blue supposedly are from places that are a bit drier, so you don't have to go crazy with them. I don't keep them bone dry, though, because I have noticed that they will dig to find the moisture. Get that one in there. Get my finger out of the way. Oh. Gorgeous. I love when the carapaces start getting the purples. Yeah. Try something here. Poke and pray? No, I don't want to get haired, so now we're not doing poke and pray. You ruined it. Stop. Stop being a jerk.
Feisty.
Oh, I just don't want them to start running.
Yeah, me neither.
They're quick. They're really quick. Remind me a lot of Theraphosa species. Oh, stop kicking. I don't want your booty all bald. No, just kicking for no reason. All right, there she is. Or he is. I do have a confirmed female. I'm going to allow this one to go right into the burrow, so she'll stop. There we go. Kicking. Stop kicking. You want to get a shot of that one. And, well, there we go. No, that's exactly what you want. And yes, they will be getting water dishes once again. So that's species Blue number 1. And then we have...
I was going to say, make sure you
don't put 2 in the same one, because that would be Tom's Big I Quit. I would feel absolutely horrifically awful if I did that. Like, that would be it for the videos. And another species Blue. That is not here.
right there.
Yep. All right, and now we have the second species blue. This one's a bit bigger than the other one. Looking gorgeous. Billy wants to get in there. And I'm going to hit the button. Boom. Yeah, get both hands there. There we go. Billy's trying to show off and wield one-handed. I can't even do that. I have the hardest time getting the footage of these guys. And keep it so, yeah, it's so tough. Well, when you zoom in. There we go. Well, good picture of it. And now we're going to move this one. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. All right, we're going to get it going this way. No, stop kicking.
Wow. Here, top.
That's okay. Let's get this out of the way. Put this in. No, you're not coming. Stop kicking. I'm not even behind you. I'm going to wash these out. Whew. And that one is probably pushing about, oof, what do you say, 3.5?
Yeah, that's it.
It's unbelievable the size they have. And this one I have written down that it was 2.25 inches when we got it. So now it's pushing probably, so it's put on an inch, over an inch. And I got a funny feeling the next molt's going to bring some awesome size. My female that was about this size before I just molted, she's inside her den. We'll try to take a peek at her in a moment. Has just put on massive size as well. She's probably pushing, it looks like 4.5 inches or so. So I would say so far, again, we've only had, the longest one I've had is the Menace that we'll see in a moment. That's, again, putting on, it's molted several times in my care. But I would say it would not be unrealistic to expect your Xenesthis species to hit 4 to even 5 inches in a year. So what we'll do is examine some of the other ones now, kind of do an update on these as well. So here we have the Intermedia, which I believe I picked up the same time I got these. It was around 2.5, 3 inches or so. You want to... Boop. There's that pink carapace. It's awesome looking. So this one now is probably in the 4, I should brought a tape measure. The legs are, I would say 4-inch range. And next up, we will have the one that started it all. I hope it's a female, because that's, talk about, you know, I don't think I've had a spider since my first Concerides that really turned me on to a genus like this. This one is the Menace. It was also pushing around 4.5 inches and just molted. You can see the booty's a little small, but we'll be feeding these guys all in a moment. Gorgeous spiders, absolutely gorgeous. So again, I'm doing updates on these because one of the big issues and the things that I've already alluded to that kept me from buying them for a long time was how pricey they were. And for me, it was just like sometimes you'd see them for sale for just a sling, $250, $275, and I'm like, there's no way I can get like 10 spiders for that. So I held off. Luckily, Billy finally bought me one, and I can tell you that my opinion is, and again, it comes down to the individual. I get if people come forward and say, you know what, I don't feel like spending that much for one. But for me, are they worth it? I think they are. I mean, as far as great eaters, ridiculously fast growth rate, they seem to be very, very hardy. You're going to have a big, old, huge, beautiful spider on your hands within a year's time. So that's kind of a pretty good deal as far as spiders go. It's not like one of those ones you're going to spend a bunch of money for and have to wait for them to grow up, or they're going to be in the sling stage for a while and you're going to freak out that you're going to accidentally kill one. They grow so quickly, eat so well. I mean, definitely, as far as I'm concerned, worth the money. I should have purchased some years ago. I'm kind of kicking myself for it, but now we're making up for lost time because we do have a species Tenebris and a species Megascopula as well. So I think we've got them just about all covered now, and hopefully we get a lot of females from these guys. If not, I'm going to be on the hunt to females because much like the Formictopus, I want to collect them all. All right, and the last one to update on is the species Blue female that was about, what was she, about 2.5, 3 inches when we got her, and she just molted again. I don't know if you can see in there. Probably not. She's quite large, and we'll leave her alone. I actually left this earlier because she had opened up her burrow, and I thought she might be ready to eat, and then I couldn't see her, so I kind of poked it up a little bit, but she's all scrunched up. She's got to go 4.5, maybe even 5 inches, so I can't wait to see what happens when she emerges out of here. I got a funny feeling it's the next time she molts, we're going to have to rehouse. So Xenesthis species, first impression, they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. If you like big-bodied terrestrials, especially the tropical ones, with ones that have some color. The males more have the colors than the females, but they're still gorgeous spiders nonetheless. They're definitely, I understand now why people for years have told me I have to get them and were shocked that I didn't have any, because they really are cool spiders. So even if it's something you save up for and only get one, obviously there's always that risk that you get a male, but if you've seen photos of the males, they are absolutely stunning and worth it. So thumbs up as far as I'm concerned. They're awesome. I'm going to keep people updated on them because I know a lot of people started picking them up when I started posting the first videos about them, and they're kind of monitoring how it's going with mine. So I want to make sure I do one of these periodically so that everybody is up to date, what I'm seeing and the care I'm giving them and what I'm moving them into. So that will do it for this one. Xenesthis species. For rehousings and update, they are doing great. Can't wait to update again when they start putting on some of their adult colors. So again, personally, I find them to be worth it. Obviously, we picked up quite a few of them, but if I'm being honest, if Billy never bought me the first one, who knows if I'd have any yet. But now that I've got them and seen the growth rate, seen how voracious they are as far as feeders, seen what beautiful spiders they are, I mean, I'm sold. I'm hooked. Now, for other people, I definitely understand not wanting to pay that much for a spider. I was in the hobby for quite some time before I'd even spend more than $100 for a sling. Even then, $100 was too rich for my blood, so I totally understand that aspect of it. A, sometimes you don't have the money for it. B, sometimes you have the money, but why buy one tarantula when you can buy 4 or 5 off your wish list? So I totally get that as well. But for folks who have some extra money, who are eyeing maybe some type of showcase spider or one of those spiders they can kind of go, hey, look, I got one of these. You can't go wrong with this Xenesthis species. Definitely worth the money as far as I'm concerned. Also, when you buy an expensive sling, a lot of times in the back of your mind, although you don't want any of your animals to die, there's extra pressure when you've spent $200+ for a sling to make sure that it makes it to adulthood. The good news is with these guys, they're ridiculously hardy and they outgrow that sling stage so quickly that you have a lot less time to actually worry about that, which I find to be very cool. So as far as I'm concerned, I probably should have gotten some quite a while ago. In my opinion, they're worth the money, but I leave it up to you guys to figure out whether or not that's the type of investment you want to make. So that'll do it for this one. As always, if you like the video enough to subscribe, very much appreciated. You can click the little circle up in there. If you'd like to check out some more videos, you can find them over here. If you leave a comment, I will respond and respond to all comments, although it may take a little while because I tend to get a few of them. That'll do it for this one, guys. Stay safe. We'll catch you all next time.